What's up, everyone? So it's been a while, right, since I've made a video, but that's because the meta hasn't really changed lately. The meta that we've always had was, Fire Adon, Flame Chun-Li, Street Poison, and Rich Honda. And we've been using that combo for like I think half a year at least, right? And then there's the double Bison combos, and then there's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle combos with Action Guy, and then there's like whatever fourth team you have, which could be with Vega or whatever, right? And then your assists are probably gonna be like Virgil, or like Evil Ryu, or like Trendy Elena, or Donatello, or any of those guys that are just really, really good. Okay, but I think we've gotten something really, really good recently that took me forever to figure out, took me forever to test, and I'm not even sure if it's real, right? But for me right now, it's real in the Path of Fire. When you're fighting against Metgeef, right? That's like your standard, right? Except his attack's a little weird, right? Like he has a shield in the middle and in between, so you can't really do all your damage at the end, which is what we normally do at a boss, right? Against Metgeef, you kind of have to do your damage in the middle to avoid the shield. So take this with a grain of salt. This might not be a new meta, but it is a new meta in Path of Fire at least. Okay, so let me show you guys here right now. I'm doing 74 billion. Normally I do 57 billion. That's a 30% increase. I know. Okay, so normally with the Fire Adon team, right, and I'm talking about this team right here, right? This is the team like everyone's been using for the past forever, okay? This is the team people normally use to, do their bossing event, right? They do Witch Honda, they do Street Poison into Flame Chung, into Fire Adon, and then I use Leo because my Leo's decked out. Like he's decked out, right? So like, normally people, you can use Evil Ryu or Virgil, or Trinity Elena, whoever, right? I like using Leonardo because he's my strongest character pretty much. Okay, and he gives me sword stacks. And the sword stacks, they double up. Like, it's weird, right? Like, I think his FS5 or FS10, like, it doubles up as an assist, so that's why I use him, okay? And then Donatello, because he saves your team from dying, right? Which allows me to use this, okay? It allows me to use this, okay? And this does a lot of damage, too. So, this is normal meta, all right? So, I'm going to show you, like, basically, here's a replay of what I normally do, right? When I do, like, a boss, or when I do Metgeef, at least, right? You just sit there, charge up, okay? Use how many meters do I charge? I think I charge up to like 3 bars or something like that. Like, normally bosses you charge up to like 3 bars, or maybe to the end of 3, unless you're in SCA where you only get 2 bars and 2 and full bars. But either way, so you're just sitting there, you're building up Flame Chun-Li stacks, and you're activating EX. I activate EX Gal really early on right here because check this out. You see Zangief? He has a shield around him. He has a shield around him. It actually makes him take less damage. Like, it doesn't say it anywhere. You can't read his kit anywhere, really. So you don't really know what he does, right? Which is why I activate Rage right here, which is kind of early on. Normally on a boss fight, you activate at the end when you're going to die, right? So you take advantage of the low life bonus for having Death of Rage. So in this case, right, I'm activating him very early on, right? Because I'm getting extra damage early on. I don't really care about dying, right? He does a rocket punch right here, right? But I don't die to a rocket punch because Donatello protects your team for like 2 or like X seconds. Like, even if the boss hits you like 8 times in a row really, really fast, you will live all that because Donatello is a star. Okay? And then in the end, hold on. Let me turn off replays. So that was what, like 57 billion damage? Oh, that's the next video. You did not see this, guys. You did not see this video. Let's go back to this one. Okay. Why is it still playing? Off. Oh, it's off. Oh, now it just doesn't freeze on the last frame. Oh, I'm terrible at this. Let me hit play again. How do I just freeze on the last frame? Can't do that. I'll just pause it and leave it at the end. There you go. There you go, 56 billion, whatever, right? It's 57 billion, okay. So that's my score of Fire Adon. And we all know Fire Adon is the strongest team we have right now until Santa Blanca came out, along with Royal Balrog. Now check this out. This team right here, okay. Is it this one right here? This team right here, okay. It looks ridiculous, but it's actually insane, okay? Let me tell you why here. Donatello saves your team, blah, blah, blah. Leonardo gives you damage, blah, 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 right? But we have Street Poison, as we know, is the strongest C1 assist in the game. By far the strongest C1 assist. We have Guy, strongest C2 assist in the game, right? By far, right? That's why he's on the Turtles team, right? Because he cannot fit in the Adon team because we have Flame Chun-Li, right? But if you could fit him with Street Poison in a team that works, that's going to be a lot of damage, right? Is it worth replacing 2 teams for this one team? I don't know. Maybe, right? So, and then we got this new Santa Claus Blanca, whatever, right? What does he do? Well, what he does, okay, when he applies chills, he makes your whole team stronger, and the person that has chill take more damage. Okay, he can apply chill through this, and through this. His super and his C3 guarantees chill, and his C1 it has 2 chances of 50% of applying chill, which is kind of questionable. Like sometimes it whiffs and then you lose all chill. Feels really bad, right? But his C1, super, and his C3 applies chill, and that's all that matters, right? The chill makes it so that they take more damage, or his chill at least, and your whole team gets stronger. Okay. Now Balrog, what does Balrog do, right? When Balrog came out, and he was the last event that came out, what does Balrog actually do? What Balrog does is he sits there and he just doesn't do anything. He just buffs up his defense. He just sits there, buffs up his defense, okay? And it's temporary too. So I don't even know, his auto attack's not even that great because it's temporary, okay? But when his C1, he charges up on his C1. He gives himself bravado. When he stacks up to 3 bravados and he unleashes it with a super, which is this, right? He gets Boxing King status, right? And when he gets Boxing King status with maximum bravado, his entire team gets an attack bonus. I think he gets it too, I'm not sure, right? But either way, and then afterwards, right, all of his C3s hits like a truck. It hits like a truck, okay? Also, there's a thing right here, right, where his passive says, like, if the enemy is affected by like a silent stun, taunt, charm, or like what else? Burn, shock, weaken, bleed. If he has any of that, he does like an extra hit at the end. My team does not apply any of that, but I feel like he still does that extra hit sometimes. I'm not sure why, right? So I'll take it. Right? I'll take the extra damage. It's a lot, actually, okay? So basically, this combo, how this works here is, okay, you start with Blanca, okay, and you charge up Balrog C1 3 times. I know it's crazy. It's crazy, right? You're wasting 3 combos to charge Balrog up. 3 combos is a lot, right? But in a boss fight, you kind of do like 7, 8, 9 combos sometimes. So it's not that bad, really, right? But you are wasting 3 combos. You're wasting 3 combos means the boss isn't really doing damage to you anyways in the beginning, right? So like that means Balrog is hitting like a truck on those final few hits, okay? And then when Balrog finally gets those 3 bravado stacks, right? Balrog starts unleashing, okay? He only needs to activate super once. Remember that. Once he has super once, he retains boxing status forever, okay? And then you can start doing other combos, right? Like this combo sequence is a little weird. It's not really straightforward like a normal combo from any other team, okay? But that's where Street Poison comes in, right? That's where Street Poison comes in, and you start activating Toxic Love, right? So I'm gonna show you this replay right here. Okay, remember my normal score here with Fire 8 on is 57 billion, okay? And my level here is 540, okay? You see, you tell my EXs are not maxed out. My fighting heart is like 98 right now, I think, okay? So like I'm not like super duper strong. I'm just strong, okay? So let me show you the video here. This one. So okay. So here's the video, okay? Let me show you what's going on here. If I could slow down, I would, but okay. Fast forwarding it here. You know, Balrog's doing nothing. He's just punching his fist, right? Getting his defense buff. Doesn't really matter because he's going to fall off by the time I start my combos anyway. Okay, so once I'm at like maximum bars here, this is what I do. I super with Blanca. 1 chill stack, okay? C1 with Balrog. C2 with Action Guy. So we're building up Action Guy C2 stacks. We're building up chill stacks. And we're building up bravado stacks, okay? Now once... Okay, and I'm activating EX Guile, right? Because, I mean, technically you don't have to, but it's just more damage, so why not, okay? So right now, I already did 3 C1s, right? And now I'm going Balrog. I'm going Balrog. That was a 19 billion. That was a 19 billion hit, by the way. You see that C3 is 19 billion, okay? So after you activate 3 C1s, right? You go super with Balrog into Toxic Love, into C2 Guile, into Balrog, and then you go Blanca, Poison, Guy, Balrog, Blanca, Poison, Guy, Balrog, Blanca, Poison, Guy, Balrog. But it's weird timing to this too. You can't just spam it. There's like a little delay you have to throw in so that Balrog gets that extra passive hit in. It's a little weird. You gotta do it. You gotta play with it to figure out the timing. You'll see the numbers tick, right? He'll do the 1-2 punch. He'll do like a hit, and then like after the hit is like a little like a big jump in damage. I'm not sure what that is. I think that's the passive. Okay, so right now we're just doing C3. Blanca super, Poison, Action Guy, wait a little, C3, and then C3, and that was three ticks of number. That was 3 hits of damage. Okay. Okay. So, and then we just keep doing this until Balrog runs out of energy or super energy, and then hopefully, you know, the boss doesn't auto attack you to death, right? And then here we go. I have the EX Virgil because, you know, I don't want to die yet. So you activate EX Virgil. It doesn't really matter, right? You can do pizza, but EX Virgil gives you meteor, right? So it's kind of weird. It doesn't say that, but when you activate EX Virgil, you're going to die. You actually get extra meteor. So I throw in 2 extra supers here, okay? In a real boss, the big difference in a real boss, right? And a real boss between, like, Fire Adon and Royal Balrog is that the difference is on Fire Adon, usually you have Virgil on Fire Adon, and the boss hits you one last time and he kills everyone but Adon because it's Virgil, right? And because Virgil because Adon can do that, right? All his damage is coming from the fire carpet, right? So your whole team could be dead, and and Adon can activate Breath of Rage with EX Guile, and then like the boss just like loses like 2 billion damage for no reason, right? Balrog can't really do that. Balrog, his whole team has to be alive for him to do damage, but he does a lot of damage, right? So does this replace Fire Adon on an event boss? We don't know yet. I don't know yet, correct? Because there's no event boss going on, at least for another like a week and a half, okay? But okay, if we don't want to use this team, this can still be a great team too, right? Like we don't need Leo, okay? We don't need Leo. We don't need where is it? Is it this one? We don't need let me show you here. We don't need Leo as an assist, right? Okay. Throw this out of the way. We can just put in like Trendy Elena. We can put in Mayor Cody. Okay. We don't need Donatello as an assist because Donatello is on team 1 usually, right? So we can put in like Abel, okay? Or we can just use like EX Pizza, EX Virgil, right? So this could be a really, really good team too, right? Because this is just straight up stronger. This is straight up stronger than Turtles already, right? Unless they have more than one enemy, because you know, like there's like those random guys that attack those bosses, like those bosses with those like little guys that just randomly attack you. If there's more than one guy on a boss, then Turtles might do more damage, right? But if it's a single person, I think Balrog just does way more damage than Turtles, right? So basically, what I'm saying is you take Action Guy out of the Turtles team and you put him in this team, okay? And Turtles can have something else, right? Turtles will still be strong, okay? Don't get me wrong, Turtles will still be strong, but this team is it looks really strong to me, right? So let me show you the other team here, okay? So the other team here is what I recommend, right? Now remember, okay? 57 billion with Fire Adon, okay? And this is what's the difference here? I'm using Summer Elena here. I'm using Summer Elena here instead of Street Poison. So that means Street Poison can still be with the Fire Adon team, okay? Now, you know, I might not use Breath of Rage, okay? And I might not use EX Guile, right? But it's okay because you still have other really, really good DPS EX moves instead of these two, okay? So, right? So what's the difference, right? Between the main Balrog team and this Balrog team, right? The main thing is you don't use Street Poison, right? And you use Summer Elena for DPS, right? Which is a huge DPS loss, but still Summer Elena is really, really good, right? So the idea is still the same, okay? Except you're not starting with Santa Blanca into Street Poison. You're just going Balrog into Blanca, into Guy, into Balrog. Balrog into Blanca, into Guy, into Balrog. After you build up your 3 Vital Stacks, okay? So, and the problem with this is, right, it's very easy to lose chill stacks because of the C1, the candy canes that he threw out, the 2 candy canes that Blanca throws out. It's 50% proc rate. If one of them whiffs, or both of them whiff, you pretty much lose your chill stacks, okay? And the action guy kind of, sometimes he doesn't really, if you miss like the armor break, it feels really bad because then the armor break will fall off. So there's many ways for this to actually fail, which feels really bad. But still, this does a lot of damage, okay? For a team 2 or team 3, this actually does a lot of damage. Okay, but like I said, this is not an event boss, this is just Metkeef. Okay, so it's very hard to figure out if this is actually a combo or if this is actually a meta changer, right? I think it is because it's insanely strong. Okay, so here C1, you know, Santa Blanca has a C1, a Super, and a C3, and they all apply chill stacks, which is kind of good. It's like really, really good, right? So how much? That was 62 billion. Okay, 62 billion. Okay, and I've done this many times, right? So this is like the maximum score I've gotten with each team. Okay, after several times, okay? So basically, this, 62 billion, this would replace Turtles' team. So this is my team 2, okay? The team 1, 74 billion. Is that worth destroying 2 teams or changing those 2? I don't know. I'll have to play when an event comes out, okay? But basically what I'm saying is, I think the meta has changed, okay? Let's go back here. I think the meta has changed, okay? Not because of Balrog. Because of Balrog and Santa Blanca. Okay, I've tried Santa Blanca with a bunch of other combinations, right? I've tried him with turtles, right? He does do a little bit more damage, right? But I mean, is it worth it? I'm like, I guess, right? But when you have Royal Barog here and you have 3 support DPS, like 3 supports that support him, and he hits like a truck, it actually does a ton of damage. Okay, and but yeah, the problem is right here that you have this is an expensive team. Okay, let me go back to the original team here. This right here is an expensive team. Okay, you need. Well, I guess if you don't have the turtles ready, then I don't know what to say, right? The turtles have been out, like the turtles came out twice, okay? Turtles came out twice, okay? All right, you need to spend $50 on a Santa Blanca, and you have like 10 days left to get them, okay? So it's not normal. It's not like you have 40 days to get them. You have 10 days left to get them, okay? So and that's $50, right? Like some people they don't want to spend on this game anymore, okay? So like but he and we don't know if this is a game changer. It just seems like a game changer because it's really, really strong, right? And you need Royal Balrog. Okay? And he's super expensive. He's special tickets. He's so expensive. Okay? And my Balrog is not even decked out. Look at this. Hold on. My Balrog is only 2 stars. Okay? He's only FS30. He's missing FS40, which I will never do because it's so expensive, right? His soul power is not even 120, okay? Look at that. I don't have his soul power 120 yet. That's more damage that that's not on the table. That's on the table, okay? Also, mine is not 5 stars. So I'm missing 3, 6, 9. I'm missing 9 crit rate. I'm missing 9 crit rate and 3 more stars of power and FS40 and soul power 120. So like that's 74 billion right there. It might also be 80 billion. I don't know, right? It could be a lot more. I don't know. But here's the thing. His C1 is also a little weird, right? His C1, if you have FS, if you have triple S 2 stars and you have soul power 40, he has this weird ability here. He says, after unleashing his C1, he gets reflect damage. He reflects damage for 20%. Now there's no one in the game that literally reflects damage. Okay, now Trendy Ryu kind of reflects damage, but it's more like he takes the damage first, and then when you activate something with him, he hits you harder. That's what he does. But this guy reflects the damage as you're getting hit. So I've tested that a bit, and I'm thinking maybe one day we'll find a boss that does like infinite damage to you, and you just you'll hit them back for infinite damage. No, that's not gonna happen because, like, remember the Firecracker Sakura thing where like you did like 200 quadrillion damage to her, and then I looked at the numbers, right, and when she hit you back. Or it was a banquet rose, it was some poison or something like that, right? And then you use Firecracker Sakura, and then she took like a ton of damage, right? Like she took like 267 quadrillion damage, and then when she did like a super back to me, I only took like 1 billion damage. It wasn't a lot, right? The video's there, okay? And then when you're reflecting 20% of that, or like 60% of that, because Barlog takes 3 times more damage, like that's like 3 billion more damage reflecting back at them, and you're thinking, well, 3 billion damage is a lot, right? But you have to do 267 quadrillion damage for her to even hit you back that much. So 20%, they have to hit you like a lot, and that's not going to happen, right? So I don't think the reflect damage is actually that great, right? Maybe it's useful in PvP. I don't think so, right? So I kind of like wrote this off as not that great anyways, right? But while testing Balrog on the Turtles team, on Mech Zangief, I was like, you know what? I need to do some combos, right? I need to build something else. So let me just see through with them. I'm like, why did this hit so hard on Mech Zangief? I'm like, hold on, let me test this again. So then I started doing more combos, and I'm like, hey, this Balrog actually does a lot of damage. Okay, so we will see when the next event comes. I don't know who it's gonna be, right? It's gonna be around Christmas time, I think, right? And the problem with that is I'm gonna be on vacation. I'm gonna be in Japan, so I'm gonna be there for like 2 weeks. So like, what really sucks is during this event, whenever it comes out, I won't be here like playing as much as I can because I'm on vacation, right? But either way, I'm still gonna try a little bit. And we'll find out, right, if this is actually like the meta changer. I think this is it at the minimum, right? It's a team 3. Like there's no doubt about that, right? It is high potential. It's a team 2 changer, right? The Turtles, I'm sorry, man. Action Guy goes to Balrog, right? Is this a team 1 changer though? Am I gonna take out Street Poison and Action Guy and break two different teams just so this one does way more damage? We'll see. We'll see what is actually optimal, right? Because right now the current meta before this happened. The current meta is really boring, right? It's Team 1, Fire Adon, right? Street Poison, Flame Chun-Li, and Richanda, straight up, right? And then Team 2, Turtles, okay? They do a lot of damage, right? Team 3, Vega maybe, right? Or Bison, okay, or whatever, right? And Team 4 is kind of up in the air for a lot of people, right? Like you need to like been playing this game since the beginning and have like every unit to even be able to think of what to do with Team 4, right? I'm still using Viper for Team 4. Think about it. I'm using Viper, okay, for Team 4. So, hey, now I might have a Team 4. Hey, right? But that is all, guys. That is the meta. And it's very expensive, so do you really want to buy this right now? The Balrog, you can wait, right? Because he is not like a limited collab or anything like that. You can wait to get him. The only problem here is the Blanca. The Santa Blanca is the problem here. It's $50, okay? And you need his FS30. You need his 6 cards. You also need the same thing for Royal Balrog. You need his 6 cards. You need his FS30. You also need SSS +2. And you need soul power. So it is quite expensive for what it is. But we've been asking for a change in the meta, and I think this is it. Either way, guys, I'll see y'all later and have a good one.